Hey, what's up? Welcome to DGenEd. That's degenerative education, meaning none of this is financial advice. Just me having fun looking at charts, like the chart behind me, which is of AMC Entertainment, ticker symbol AMC. And here we are looking at the daily chart after AMC closed on Friday, July 26th at a price of $5.18, being up a little under 1% on the day, but closing the week above $5 a share, which I believe was max pain. But moving forward, max pain is $5 every week for the month of August. So I do think it is good that we are holding above $5 a share, but I do think that we could be seeing some dips in the coming weeks. But I do think that those dips could correspond with some great dip buying opportunities, as I did want to go over something that I noticed really thinking about options and looking at the options tables moving forward, specifically on calls, is that we have kind of entered into this zone of a bottleneck, or at least that's how I'd like to refer to it. And that is based on after we had this massive move up in the middle of May, the options tables all got adjusted to have, maximum call strike prices of around $20 to $22, maybe higher, maybe a little lower. And so, that served to, in my view, kind of dilute the amount of bullish sentiment. And so that, let's say, you think that price is going to go a lot higher than $5 a share, then you might buy a call option with a strike at $20 a share. But then the likelihood, as we can see, of that closing out of the money pretty high, because we didn't get many Fridays or any Fridays closing above $20 a share. And so that is basically a way for, retail to be losing out on premium. And with so many calls expiring out of the money, it's not really bullish. That really does suggest that we're going to see some theta decay, price consolidating, and, those call options expiring worthless. And so we did see that, a lot of that over the past couple months. But something over the past couple weeks happened. If we do look over at the options table, the maximum strike price for calls for the upcoming week, with the expiration of August 2nd, the maximum strike price is $10.50, so not $22. And then if we look over at the following week, the Friday, August 9th, the maximum strike price is $9.50. So let's say, you're bullish, you want to buy some calls on AMC. If you buy, at the top of the options table here, the maximum strike price, pretty likely that they're going to be closing out of the money. But as that window narrows, going from, like I said, $10.50 down to $9.50, if we look at the monthly contracts for August 16th, $9 maximum strike price there. And so while that is, a lot higher than current price, around $5 a share, looking at the following week, August 23rd, strike of $9.50 is the maximum there. And then the 30th for the end of August, $9.50 again. And so there just aren't that many calls for bullish sentiment to be spread out so much. And if we do get a little bit of bullish moves, we could see, in my view, another big move to the upside that would then force the options tables to basically be expanded. And then that expansion would kind of force dilution of that bullish sentiment that would expose more bulls to then buy calls that would expire worthless, and so on. And so I think that we've kind of entered this bottleneck area where calls are, we've seen price above 1050 in the past few months when it went up to 1188. So having a call strike a maximum strike price of 1050 or even 9, let's see where 9 is, right around where the cursor is here, it's not unreasonable to think that price would go that high. And so I think that what we could see over the course of the next month, the month of August, maybe into September, maybe around monthly expiration of contracts, which would be August 16th, or if we look at September, that would be around September 20th. We might see some volatility around those dates, and I think that that volatility would be to the upside because there just aren't that many options for being bullish. And that means that more contracts will then be closing in the money, and that will create a gamma ramp or a gamma squeeze that could trigger some violent moves to the upside. And so I think that's what's going to happen with AMC either in August or September. And I think that the price action that we're seeing now around $5, whenever it dips below 5, I think that's a good dip buying opportunity. Whenever it's right around $5 like it is now, I think that's a great time to add as well. But I do think that over the course of the next month or two, we will be revisiting right around $10 a share here, which was a previous gap that was filled. It also does correspond with the approximate 786 from the downside retracement here, right around $10 a share, and then 1143. That does correspond with this prior high that was hit on November 6th. Did seem to be some resistance there as we opened above it on May 14th, but closed well below. And so I think that we could be getting back up to those levels either in August or September. And so I'm pretty excited about that. And I do think there's a lot going on in the options table that does suggest that there will be a consolidation of bullish sentiment. And then once we close above those strikes, I do think it will start to squeeze up again. And I will likely be going over AMC unusual whales, options activity, and flow in the month of August. Going to be trying that out. And so I think there should be some really nice signals when to go bullish on AMC. But anyways, just zooming in on the chart and focusing on some levels that I had previously highlighted, just kind of cleaning them up a little bit here. I do have this retracement from the all-time low at 238 going up to that high of 1188 hit during market hours on May 14th. The 786 is around 441. Following that big up move, we did pull back down to right around that level. And then I've just done these other retracements to highlight that price has been pulling back to and finding resistance right around the 786 retracements. So from this retracement going from the low of 410 up to the high of 596, price did pull back down to around that 786, around 450 before going up again. And then following that down move, doing a retracement there, we did see price go up to the 786, right around 561, getting some wicks above it here, but then, pulling back down to where we recently bounced last week. And so we can do this Fibonacci retracement here, this, yellow one going from the low of 433 hit on June 25th, and then going up to the high of last week, hit on July 22nd. So on that Monday, we hit a high of $5.76. And so that retracement brings the 786 to a price of $4.64. And we did pierce that level on Wednesday, but closed above, and we are moving higher. So I do think that, that bottom could be in right around 464, having hit a low on Wednesday of 454. But, we have now potentially done this other retracement that I've drawn here from that high of 576 down to that low of 454, and the 786 to the upside would be getting to a price of right around $5.50. And so I'm wondering if we'll be seeing price getting up to that level before earnings, which will be reported on Friday, August 2nd. I'm hoping I will be able to stream the earnings call. It's possible I won't be able to, but I'm hoping I can take the time off work to do that. So it should be great to stream that, watch that together. So tune in if you are interested. And so I'm wondering if price is going to be up around 550. Maybe that acts as resistance and we see a gap down or a move down following earnings to get some more dip buying opportunities around the $5 price range after earnings over here. So that would be not this coming week, but the following week. But I could also see earnings making the stock take off, maybe gap up over the weekend, and we really start to break from this pattern of retracing to the 786s. Maybe we break out above 550, and then I think that we could really be taking off, maybe getting up to the 6s, 7s, 8s, whatnot. And on that note, I think that there have been a number of bullish things going on with AMC, such as the extension of when the debt is due now in 2029 and 2030. So we have a little bit more time to pay back that debt. Also, the release of Deadpool and Wolverine. I don't know if you guys have seen it yet, but it was pretty awesome. And so, that's just going to be a great performer. I believe it will be the best performing R-rated movie, the best release ever for opening weekend. So I think that's going to be some great news for AMC. Also, there are more concert announcements for the company. Maybe we'll be hearing about them on Friday. And so, yeah, I think that there's just a lot of great potential, great opportunity for the stock to be going higher. And I think that, we've been really getting a good amount of time here in this range from the low of 410 up to the high really being around, let's see, right around $6 a share. So in that $2 range, just being great opportunities to buy the dip before we see the next big move to the upside. And I suspect if it doesn't happen in August, it will for sure be happening in September. I can't say where I think price is going to, but I definitely think it could be getting back up to $12 a share, and maybe we start to hold a higher low, like maybe $10 acts as the new floor as we move into the fall season with more movies coming out. I think that there's a lot to be bullish about regarding AMC, and so I'm excited about it, and I hope you guys are too, but those are just my thoughts. If you found them helpful, make sure you like the video, share your thoughts in the comments down below, and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. Thanks a lot for watching.